Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope everyone had a great lunch. Thanks to the pretty lady for waking everyone up. I hope everyone had some coffee as well. This is the death hour I have got when everybody is almost feeling sleepy. So I'll try not to bore you with a lot of marketing lingo and a lot of boring slides. We'll try to kind of keep it interesting. We'll share some anecdotes. So my name is Ankur Mittal. I'm CEO of Axeno. I started this company almost about 17 years back. Worked with a lot of large automotive companies across the continent, Americas, Middle East, India. Then we saw a fundamental problem. We, in fact, in the afternoon, whoever were there saw there were a lot of conversations around how to bring in more leads, how to bring in more demand. There were Samsung ads talking about how their platforms through CTV bring in relevant people to your, to basically ultimately get into your funnel. This is what we were also solving pretty much for organic audience. Once you get onto the platform, how do we define your experience? What we realized is most of the marketers, most of the business people for our customers were asking, okay, great, you got us great demand. What next? Are we able to still make best use of those leads? And that is when Swiftex came into picture. We created a product which basically goes way beyond demand, goes full funnel, goes into the middle funnel where dealerships are involved. That's where the control starts becoming a bit shaky. That's where things start become a bit murkier because you don't know what dealerships are doing. You have CRMs, you have conversations recorded on CRMs, but ultimately most of the selling is happening through people on the dealership floor, and that is where we come in. So I am not going to bore you with this data. Everybody knows India is growing rapidly, 18% year-on-year growth, a lot of leads. But unfortunately, the demand is still the same. There are still those many number of people who are going to buy the car. So what it means essentially is, it's a race to that closing line or the finishing line. I'll take my example. My wife recently wanted to buy a car and said, okay, we already have a petrol car. Let's probably buy EV with all the craziness around EV. So I actually approached a couple of brands. I'm not going to name the brands, but let's say A, B, and C. So I looked up YouTube videos like every consumer does. I looked up the websites, downloaded the brochures, and then I basically left them with my contact information that I'm interested in this car. My first top priority or topmost choice that was there, I did not get a call from them for almost 7 days. By that time, I got the call from other two potential choices that I had. They asked me to come. One of them asked me to come to their showroom because they didn't have a test drive car available. Another one basically said, we'll send the car home. And that's where the whole narrative shifted because, again, everybody has that kid inside them where, once you put down your thoughts that you want to buy a car, you want it quickly. You don't want to wait. You don't want to wait for 7 days to get a test drive. You quickly want your decision to be done. You want to make the payment and get the car home. So that's when the whole story shifted. And this is what we are solving. While my first choice was, let's say, brand A, I ultimately ended up buying brand C. The reason is brand C, I got an amazing dealership experience. They did a amazing follow-up. They knew a little bit about me already. And that is what we saw is missing when we go to the mid-funnel. We gather so much of data. I was talking to someone outside. They basically are able to tell you impressions, how much time a person spent on a particular ad. So ultimately, you gather all of this data in something called customer data platform. I'm sure nobody is alien to that. Everybody is building some sort of CDP. But how does that data actually reaches the dealership? Answer is it does not reach. Dealerships people at best are diploma holder. When I'm saying dealership people, I mean dealer sales executive. Your DDs who are actually calling the people and qualifying the lead, whether that lead is genuine or not, or whether that person is just exploring. So they don't know what to make of that data, even if you democratize that data to them. They really don't know how to kind of approach the customer. They have a set of script that they typically follow. And even let's say you bring in all this data from CDP and put it in front of them, they probably would not know what to make out of it. So that is where we thought, okay, let's make it stupid easy. Let's make it very simple for dealership people to capitalize on those leads that are coming onto the platform. And that's where the real conversion is happening. So as I said, let's say in 2025, I was just checking the stat, 5.2 million cars got sold in India. Next year, it becomes 5.5, 6 million. But that share gets divided among the, a handful of brands that we have in our country. And the winner is who basically is able to make that impact after the lead comes into your funnel. So why this problem exists? So we recently, for one of the largest automotive on our planet, among the top 10 in terms of number of cars sold, we started to solve this problem. We actually rolled out for one particular region our platform. Can you imagine we did 32 integrations to just stitch this data together? Because everybody has solution. We have so many AI bots out there. We have so many voice solutions. We have so many different kind of DMS. We have different kind of ad platforms. When I say ad platform, I mean platform that funnel your ad to Meta, Google, and your CTV. And they all gather their data. They all have their different schema. And all these systems don't talk to each other. Or even if they need to talk to each other, you have to kind of really do some data science work to kind of really bring it together. So all of these things are already there, but they are not talking to each other. Every stage generates a lot of data. No stage is sharing it with the next stage or giving it to the people who can actually make use of it. What this fragmentation of data actually cost, 40% of leads actually get lost. So most of the CRM out there in the market, they assume that in the funnel, and that's the whole definition of funnel, that leads are going to drop out. So 40% of leads actually, which are qualified leads, gets lost because of mishandling. I'll actually take an example. We were reviewing some transcripts of the conversation, and just a quick check with everyone. We were going through the conversation, we were hearing the conversation. So a telecaller or a DDE called the customer. The conversation happened for about 30 seconds, or let's say, that's what transcript said. The conversation happened for 30 seconds. In the conversation, customer nowhere said that I'm not interested. But after that 30 seconds, that lead was marked lost. Can anybody take a wild guess what could have been the reason? Anybody? I guess people are still coming out of their lunch sleep. So no worries, I'll tell you. The call actually connected to the voicemail, and because voicemail said whatever it says, the system that they had thought that the conversation happened and there was no real intent, and it marked the lead as lost. And when we looked at the data at aggregate level on a monthly basis, 8% of those calls were actually in the funnel going to waste. The data was there that the person had downloaded a brochure. He had spent time on the website. Though the data was not available on the CRM, but it was available in the CDP. The data suggested that the person actually gave all of his information out in the form. So he's a high intent lead. But by the nature of the way system is made up, it got disqualified. So that's how our systems are made up of today. Attribution blindness. This is a constant struggle between marketers and the dealerships. Dealerships says, no, attribution is less than 10%. What digital contributes, digital says, no, we contribute about 30%, whatever that number could be for different automotive. But there is no way to kind of track it end to end. You can't even really track whether it was influenced, because most of the customers, what they do is once they have explored online, they go to the showroom, they walk in, and you have no way to identify. In fact, dealerships are also smart. They'll tell the DD, DSC, just take as a different number. If you have already kind of booked the test drive online, please give me a different number and I'll get you a test drive arranged. And ultimately, you have no way to kind of stitch that this is the same person who came digitally, and you can't claim that we influenced his decision. Response time collapse. As I gave my example from one of the OEMs, I received call after 7 days. And it is one of the top OEMs. They have all the sophisticated systems that are there. The problem was not the absence of systems. The lead overwhelmed. The capacity. There are hardly 2 or 3 people who are calling and organizing these test drives or understanding the interest of the people. They have thousands of leads that they need to process every week, every month. And they are also smart because their key KPI is, have you kind of processed all these leads? So some of them, they'll just mark lost, or some of them, they'll just basically call and really do a shoddy job. And ultimately, you basically assume that this is the natural course of leads or the funnel that some of them will drop out. So one is the response lapse, and other is the overwhelming amount of leads our wonderful marketers are generating. So I'm not going to tell that we have something different. Everybody has today some exposure of AI. Everybody has put a bot on their website. I would think like hardly there would be any automotive which is not using. But does the AI have all this context? AI is only smarter the kind of data you provide to it, the kind of context you provide it. I'm sure some would have heard of this word called RAG. But how much of information are you funneling into that bot so that it can work on it smartly? Accountability. There is no dealer performance. I mean, there is actually a lot of dealer performance opacity. You are hardly able to track what people are doing. You typically just plot your dealership people on 4 quadrants: high performer, highly trained, low performance, no training at all, good training but still no performance. But are you able to really see what kind of conversation he is doing? Is he able to explain the product well? Do you have really a learning roadmap for that DSC, whether he's able to explain the product well? If someone is asking about mileage, or someone is asking about EV, or someone is asking about the infrastructure, is he able to explain it well? If you don't have all of that, how do you fix accountability? If you don't fix accountability, you don't know what to fix. Then it's typically a spray and pray. ROAS distribution, everybody is spending a lot of amount of money, and we saw in the first half today, there are so many channels from which you can kind of funnel in leads. But ad efficiency typically declines with this closed loop feedback. You don't even get to know which creative did the person land from onto that particular dealership. If a DSC were to check whether that person clicked on our fuel efficiency ad, or whether that person clicked on finance offers, the dealership has no idea. All you have is a UTM parameter. That UTM parameter doesn't help a lot. That UTM parameter maybe tells you how many ads basically ultimately led to your lead funnel, but it doesn't tell you what kind of creative is working. So there is big ROAS gap as well. So okay, while I tried to kind of keep it very simple, we are not replacing your CRM. We are not an ad tech platform. We are not going to create more demand, more number of leads. There are enough number of leads. And we are not even a DMS. We sit somewhere in the middle of all these platforms and kind of bring the whole story together. We bring the whole game together. We optimize the conversion behavior, how dealerships operate. How do we take that 7% attribution to 20%, 30%? How do we make sure that we really, really believe in zero leakage funnel theory? That is what we are basically solving for. So what we did is, like every techie does, let's create more data lakes. So we also did one. We created a unified customer intelligence layer. We call it LDP. You have CDP. We call it lead data platform. We bring in all the relevant data together from CDP or profile data, from your ad accounts, your creatives, from your DAM. We map those UTM parameters and bring in the creatives as well. Then we also go into your DMS and bring in old ownership data, whether that person is a loyal customer of a particular brand, or whether that customer in his lifetime has actually been with multiple brands. Then we also bring in how the qualification has happened so far. What is the information we have collected? And ultimately, we basically, run our own, machine learning on top of it and create insights. We make it very, simple, stupid for the dealership to act on it so that they can quickly take an action on it. We don't show them hefty dashboards. We simply tell them, this is what you need to do, this is your script, and while they are on the call or while they are talking to the person, they have all the intent signals, they have all the data that they need, and ultimately they are basically told that this is what will make this closure seamless, and this is how you will win this race. So this is what basically what we are doing. Again, some facts, more behavioral data will actually lead to smarter lead scoring. Earlier we used to use weights, now, or the touch points, sorry, the number of touch points a person clicks. We used to use all of that. I think that is outdated. We need to just bring all the data everybody is carrying and use that and funnel it into our platform for smarter lead scoring. Sales coaching as well. We know what dealership is doing by the way of this platform. What are the interactions like? They are talking on, everybody has some CTI solution, click to call, someone is, and we are generating a lot of this transcripts. Can we use these transcripts instead of, sending them questions, objective type question where they check, and you assess them whether they are good performers or not? No, we are taking all these conversations and identifying whether that dealer sales executive is really doing justice, and if not, one of the agentic workflows kick in, which is the coaching workflow, that please recommend him this course and let's get this course done by this person. And then we also monitor his further conversation. After doing this course online and doing AI-based sales coaching or AI-based simulation, has his quality of conversations improved? And if it has improved, how much it has improved? Has it led to real sales? So this is what we are basically bringing it together. So I guess all in all, what we are saying is future of automotive growth is not more leads. We have enough leads. We need to work on the intelligent conversion. We need to act responsibly with this, all the leads that we are generating, and really bring it together. This is just like a small example. How do we use customer intent data and how multiple agents fires? So as soon as a conversation person says, mileage kitna aata hai? The dealer agent basically kicks in, and it basically informs the dealer that the person is, particular about frugality, and we need to coach him or talk to him about mileage, and we need to share stats and war cards about how one particular brand is better than the another. And most of the automotive, what we have seen is, as soon as the leads comes in and person says, I want to know the finance offers, at the end of the day, you will do an Excel download, give it to the finance teams, whatever you have, white label or your own finance, and those people will start calling that person that we have these offers, and they have no context of the conversation that person have already had. The person might have already said that I'm not interested, yet the finance people are calling them. So through our agentic workflow, we fire the agent, which in real time sends a signal to the finance agent, and the finance agent basically uses some third-party fintech grade data to pre-qualify, to get his salary records, pull bank's offer, and then assigns a SPOC, so that this conversation is not happening after a while. And in fact, if for any particular reason that lead has been lost, the finance agent also gets informed in real time, so that that finance agent is able to make good use of his time. Similarly, other exchange agent, we have plethora of agents in our agentic workflow, which basically stitches this mid-funnel together. So this is not really an automation. This is really intent-driven orchestration. So while the conversation happens, we gather different intent signals, and from there we take it up. So here is a quick glimpse of what we are doing, how people are actually engaging with the platform. I'll play a short video. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for hearing me patiently. And in case there are any questions, my co-founder Udit is here. Udit, if you want to just quickly wave. Rashika, we have a small booth outside. Please come over. We'll show you a demo of our platform. There is a video.
Let's quickly take a look at the video.
Thank you.